Welcome, everybody, to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where we think we know everything, but we really don't know shit. Draft time is approaching. The draft will be next week. There's been all types of movement going on, rumors about this person probably be taking, this team trading out, this team trading in, who the Bears are going to select. We're going to heard about 50 different scenarios. We're going to see about 1,000 mock drafts. Come next week, all that will come to an end. So I'm excited about that. Also, one of our favorites got an extension, Kyler Gordon. Congratulations on his extension. Also, the WNBA draft was yesterday. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk some Bulls with their play-in game tomorrow versus the Miami Heat. Well, really don't need to talk about baseball because it's just starting. Cubs doing all right. Sox looking like trash. So it is what it is. That and more on the Chicago Clubhouse podcast coming up next. Producer, hit it.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
Watch these summer league games and they tell you about these new up-and-coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso both been there on the quarter like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
He's right. We really don't know shit. According to some people, shit. According to other podcasts, we really don't know any damn thing. So anyway, I want to and thank everyone to coming tonight to rock with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. Remember, you can catch us on YouTube, Facebook. On YouTube, subscribe, like and subscribe. Chicago Clubhouse podcast. We really appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of content that we go over dealing with Chicago sports. Also, we have a bunch of special guests. We're going to have a lot of great guests come on. So please rock with us. And for those that are rocking with us, continue to rock with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. Anyway, today, like I said briefly, we will be talking about the Chicago Bears, the Bulls, and the Sky. The Sky had their WNBA draft yesterday. They went and got the number 11 pick from, I believe it was the Mystics or something. They did some type of trade, some team. They ended up having a number 10 and number 11. Angel Reese is now reunited with one of her LSU teammates. And they went and got a foreign player as well. She's about 6'4". She can shoot that thing. Kind of stiff, but she can shoot that thing. That'd be a nice lineup with her, Reese, Cardoza. That's a very big lineup. So can't wait to catch some Chicago Sky games this year, especially when they play the Fever, because that will be moved to the United Center. So that should be good as well. Also, like I said, the Bulls tomorrow have their play-in game. We're going to weigh in on that. Do we really want them to win, or do we want them to get a draft pick? A lottery pick. Because more than likely, if they win, they'll possibly be playing, more than likely they'll be playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. That could be a sweep. More than likely, it's going to be a first-round exit. Hey, it is what it is. Also, like I said, we'll be talking about the Chicago Bears, our beloved Bears. Draft is almost upon us. Next week, we will know who the Bears take at number 10, or if they will trade up, or if they'll trade down. We'll find out next week. I know everybody's going to have about 1,000 mock drafts. There's been probably about 10 different players that people have said the Chicago Bears should take and probably will take from all the experts. It happens. You know, it's that time of the year. And everybody's going to be thrown in there, even guys that's less likely for it to happen. Can't wait to have that. Also, our boy, Kyler Gordon, got that extension. I know Mama Gordon is listening. I know she's happy. Congratulations, KG. Hey, we love you here. Happy to have you around for another 3 to 4 years, man.
Pay that man his money.
I don't know what that is, but hey. So, without further ado, enough of me yapping. Let's go ahead and bring in the dream team. First up is my man that knows all the stats from the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, the stat man, JB.
What's up, kid?
What's going on, brother? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm all right, man. Happy that, it's Tuesday. Happy that I'm on with y'all. Great. Can't wait to get into the Kyler Gordon stuff. But I got something stuck in my craw, man. There's a couple things that were said. There were some rumors going on, and I'm just going to take it to the national level. Did you hear that there is some talk about Shedeur Sanders now not being in the draft or possibly foregoing the draft? I feel that a lot of the pundits are just full of crap.
Wait, you said what now?
There's a rumor floating that Shedeur Sanders might forego the draft, like he just get rid of the draft and just maybe sign with a team afterwards or whatever. But I find it funny, right? How all of a sudden there's a knock on this kid for not being athletic, not having a rocket arm. But some of the greats never had rocket arms, like Joe Montana, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. On a lesser level, people still got drafted like Chad Pennington, Tua Tagovailoa. So what are we really talking about? What is it about Shedeur Sanders that they have to make all these negatives about now, when some of the same people that are playing his position that had success were non-athletic and didn't have, super throwing power? I just find that kind of weird, And then the other thing that kind of blew my mind was I was listening this morning to my morning show, and Chinea Gumike was speaking about the Lakers in the 3-6 matchup against the Timberwolves and said, well, there's one thing Luka Doncic will be held accountable for, and that's playing defense. LeBron James will hold him accountable to play defense. And I'm like, that's the dumbest that I've heard, because LeBron James don't play defense.
That is facts.
What are we? How are these people allowed to say this crap on TV, man?
Hey, man, when you get paid to do what it is that you do, sometimes you're not very good at it.
They like the weatherman.
Yeah. Weatherman always wrong majority of the damn time. He still got his job. I mean, you look at the NFL, well, you just look at sports, period. You have a bunch of people that are in positions that have absolutely no fucking idea about what they're doing at all. And it shows a lot of times. So it is what it is, but we're definitely going to get back to that as far as with that Shedeur Sanders. Let me go ahead and bring in the next guy of our dream team, the man, the myth, the legend, the tank. But you all know him as Frank. Frank the Tank.
What's up, guys? How we doing?
Hey, pretty good, man. How you doing?
Doing good, man. It's good day to wake up to find out Kyler Gordon got that extension written this morning. Was kind of surprised to hear, and I mean, I could be wrong on this though. Does family go in there when they do the signing?
Sometimes they do.
Okay, I guess that didn't happen on this one. I thought maybe they only do that for your first rookie contract, because I guess I don't know. But regardless, it got done, and I'm thrilled, because I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel, everybody on this podcast are huge Kyler Gordon supporters. That athleticism that he has is just out of this world, and to have somebody who can play multiple positions as we like to say, it's a God-given gift.
Yeah, actually, Ryan Poles is the first GM to sign his first pick.
Wow. Hey, history
as far as when it comes down to the most recent Chicago Bears GMs, he's the first pick to sign his. I think shit, man, and God knows how long. So kudos to him. Kudos to Kyler Gordon for getting his contract, well deserved. Keep up the good work. You know what I'm saying? We love you. Bear down. Hope you guys have a very successful season. Yes, we will be following you guys because, hell, you guys playing Vegas, I'll be there. You guys playing in Cincinnati, I'll be there. So, Bears Nation, you know how we do, baby. We take over. So, without further ado, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's get into some of these Kyler Gordon and new $40 million man highlights.
See me like it's funny, but sorry about that. 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 I see she riding on. Been a bitch over, got a best I'm trying to be slow now. Bitch, I'm a sip on the walk of the tree. Steady feeling out. I'm even feeling out. Bitch, I be high. Because every day of my life, I don't know it all. Got to quit it out. And the book that I do, they just best with everything going up. So I love it. Got it up on my shoulder. That brand new Jubilee comedy with that guy. And they didn't tell me if I'm about to take I'm having a constant fit. I'm on the first one, call up my bed. What's up? With ya? She said, can I pull up and lay up with ya? She said, I wanna watch a movie if y'all get a big dark. She said she need a big old booty, cut up by the builder. Black and white, that means I'm colorblind. They tell me that I'm murder and freaky like Columbine. Sorry about that, I had to switch a side. All my diamond blow, listen big like the size. All your shit is big, this shit is size. I'm sorry for your kid, it's such a lie. The amount of trust I did today, what make you cry? I'm finna tell you everything, I don't be shy. I'm proud of my winning ring for extra night. Winning but they're crying, let's walk inside. It's not the crying, it's not the lie. She wanna live a private, it's all night. They say, you gotta tell me the truth, but they ugly. Yeah, I know good times with a soul ain't gon' bother. They hate to easy me, I can deal with the hurt terror. Yeah, in my life, I say that shit, they didn't mean to play. Yeah, people that won't break it up, they think they prove it, I know they get on my man like that. I made it hold me up. I used to think it's not your recipe. Now, all I think about is the rest. I don't want everybody even they face. Even if I me like it's big, but see me like it's funny, but I see she hit me up. Ain't see you, she riding on. Been a bitch over, get a best I'm trying to be slow now. Bitch, I'm a sip on the walk of the tree. Steady feeling out, I'm even feeling out. Bitch, I be high, because every day of my life, I don't know it all. Got to quit it out. And the book that I do, they just best with everything going up. So I love it. Got it up on my shoulder. That brand new Jubilee comedy with that guy. And they didn't tell me if I'm about to take I'm having a constant fit. I'm on the first one, call up my bed. What's up? With ya? She said, can I pull up and lay up with ya? She said, I wanna watch a movie if y'all get a big dark.
Props up to our boy Kyler Gordon.
Absolutely, man. Thrilled.
Hey, Mom.
And I wish I can do that backflip. Shit.
Man. It made my knees hurt just looking at it.
Right?
I swear I did. It just tore something just looking at it.
I just want to point something out to you fellas. Now, we done gone and we have noticed the calling card for the Bears since even before we were born, when we were little till now. Defense. But have we seen a more complete defensive player than Kyler Gordon? Kyler Spider-Man Gordon might just be the most complete secondary player that we've ever had. And I'm talking about going back to the days of Sean Gale, Mark Carrier. We love Mike Brown in this town. Peanut Tillman. I see Kyler Gordon with a little bit of all those greats all rolled into one. He can hit. He can tackle. He can force fumbles. He can get you in the backfield. He can pick you off. it's to the point now where it's like, what can he do?
I can't think of anything, honestly. Like that's the craziest thing right there. Like
He plays hurt when he has to. Like
I understand he's a nickel, which I'm pretty sure he's probably going to be playing more than just nickel because I know Allen doesn't run a lot of nickel, so I'm sure he's going to be playing more than nickel. But it's more of the fact that he can blitz, he can take down the quarterback, he can stop the running back. He can get you turnovers. Like, I mean, there is nothing on the defensive. Put him on special teams. See if he can return kicks. I don't know. He might be able to do everything.
Yeah.
Like, that is why I am giving the huge shout out to Poles for getting this deal done because those guys don't come by that much.
And when they do come by, we tend not to keep those guys.
Yeah, I know. That's the worst thing about the Bears. Like, we're always worried about that. Like, we look at him and it's just like, I feel like he can be like a prime Deebo Samuel on the defensive side. And that's huge.
That's a huge comparison.
Yeah.
And I agree. I mean, I look back in the days foul to take a shout out to one of your guys. I remember watching Charles Woodson all over the field from guarding the best defender to guarding the side to, just literally playing safety. Like there was nothing Charles Woodson couldn't do on that defensive secondary. I see a lot of that in Kyler Gordon right now.
That's huge to compare him to somebody like Woodson. Like that absolute beast in Woodson.
Yeah, first of all, I want to give out a congratulations to Kyler, for securing up his contract. That's big, especially for a kid coming from where he came from. Shout out to Mama Gordon. She's a good friend. When she come into town, we all kick it or whatnot. He is a very good cornerback. Like you said, he does a little bit of everything. And best believe and trust and believe that Dennis Allen definitely had to sign off on this. Because
I heard Allen, that was one of his number one
things. Yeah, because Poles is like, hey, we told him, he told the guys, he said, hey, I got to talk to these people, I got to talk to these new coaches, to see if certain guys on this defense is going to fit into their scheme. And Kyler Gordon is a guy that's going to fit into that scheme. He was the first draft pick of Ryan Poles from Washington, played alongside Trent McDuffie his senior season or whatever his last season. I don't know if it was his senior season, but his last season he gave up 0 touchdowns.
Pretty sure that was his junior and senior season. Yeah. The last 2 seasons he didn't give up a touchdown.
Yeah. So he didn't give up no touchdowns.
That's an offensive-driven league that he's in at Washington.
Yeah. And then also you had his running mate, his draft mate, and Jaquan Briscoe, who was also a guy that didn't give up no touchdowns, in their last season in college. So, hey, kudos to him. Kudos to Ryan Pace for getting the job done. Kudos to Dennis Allen for wanting to keep this young man around. And kudos to Ben Johnson being the head coach, because all those guys there had to be some type of form of communication going on where they had to have a talk about this, especially when there's money involved. And kudos to Kevin Warren and George McCaskey for actually not getting up
for sure.
Absolutely, because that's where it starts. You gotta open up that checkbook. But just the excitement. I mean, how many teams in the league could possibly roll out 2 shutdown points? That hasn't been done in quite some time.
Yeah, it's going to make things difficult. I mean, he's the highest paid rookie, and then not rookie, but nickel in NFL history. So kudos to him. They did it at the right time because, as we know, the money will be going up. These TV contracts, money will be going up. So as of today, 4/15/2025, he is the highest paid nickel cornerback in NFL history. Well deserved.
A lot of people too don't realize that he was a damn good safety too at Washington when he had to fill in and help out. Like that, that's like that. And man, like talking about somebody, if somebody gets hurt, Kyler can just jump right in that role and we won't lose a beat. That's just
that speaks to his versatility for sure. Yeah, but I'm like, and this was my caution to the last regime, kind of wondering what Eberflus had really, the mindset, because as we all knew coming into draft day, we knew Kyler Gordon was pretty much like a day one guy.
Yeah, starting corner, hands down.
He was always a starting corner. He wasn't the nickel person in college. He literally shut down a whole half of a field for 2 years, and nobody scored on him. But then, and not saying anything against Eberflus for seeing the value of him at nickel, to me that just speaks more.
Nickel's very important in Eberflus's style system too, from what I recall. But he's still, I mean, Eberflus only really had him out there 60% of the time, and
but
that's not enough for somebody like him. He needs to be out
there. It was to a point, but you got to remember this too. Having Kyler Gordon at nickel meant that Kyler at nickel was more important, possibly to the scheme, but that also speaks to the lack of that third linebacker.
Agreed.
Where Kyler was just better. Coverage, tackling, you know what I'm saying? Just getting into the backfield, as you saw in the highlights, and that's just some of them. There's plenty more that we could have shown. But having that knack, that nose for the ball, his play recognition. I mean, his speed. Nobody talks about his speed. We talk about his agility, athleticism. Nobody talks about his speed. Kyler Gordon he's got speed.
Yeah, I want to actually talk about that too, because I get into a lot of arguments with, I like to call them really freaking morons out there, who tell me that Kyler Gordon's not fast. And I was like, how can you watch him play and tell me that he's not fast? Like, his acceleration and most of all his speed to the ball is explosive. He reads where it's coming. He explodes to that spot, and he is freaking great at that. So people telling me that this guy is not fast just need to shut up. And they're like, well, he's not that tall either. I was like, even if he's not that tall, his athleticism is ridiculous because he can jump so high.
He can jump super high. Like I said, his awareness. But let me just break it down. Not that I need to tell you all, but more or less tell the people that are watching.
Yeah.
A person running a 4.5 is not slow. You might think
everyone thinks slow. You have to run a 4.3 if you're faster. If you're fast. It's just like
there's a difference
running a straight line than football.
Straight line speed and football speed. When have you all ever seen Kyler Gordon get burnt?
Honestly, the last time I seen him get burnt was like his second start against Aaron Rodgers, where everybody freaked out. Everybody freaked out. It was like his second game at nickel, ever playing nickel, and everybody freaked out. And it was just like, dude, for one, it's Aaron Rodgers. We all hate Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's in our DNA. But after that game, like even I forgot who our corner was. Maybe it was Jalen Johnson. But when one of the corners went down, Kyler Gordon went over to quarter and shut down Stephon Diggs. Like, I mean, he can shut down anybody if you put him in any position. It's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, I've watched a lot of football. What I know, when you talk about some of the greats, and I'm not even talking about that long ago. I'm talking about when you talk about Darrelle Revises, when you talk about the Champ Baileys, the Asante Samuels, right? I see Kyler in that frame. I see him in that ilk, and that is so important to the defense because, as you know, our pass rush is still a work in progress, but that just helps out each other because now I got two guys, and it's like, ooh, what side do I pick? Because both of them might pick me off, pass defenses, make me think I see something that's not there as a quarterback. That is a luxury that not a lot of teams have. That is a luxury that the Bears haven't had for a long time, right? What was the kid name that we didn't want to give up? He's got like 3 other brothers in the league. I think he went to Denver. Foul.
Oh, you're talking about Kyle Fuller?
Kyle Fuller,
yeah. And he wasn't the same when he left, though.
Well, no, what I was getting to was when we get that type of player, traditionally we don't keep him. They say, oh, no, we're not $20 million for this guy. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, he's not playing this, but I'm glad they did the right thing because Kyler Gordon is one of those guys.
100%.
So now you got Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Brisker. Now, I don't know about that other safety position because Byard is getting a little longer too. And not to say that Byard had a bad season. He didn't.
All right.
He was a little more than serviceable, right?
Yeah. He's better than Eddie Jackson.
Oh Lord.
So I mean, we can't say anything negative about that.
But then Eddie Jackson did have a pretty good season. What was that for Baltimore, right? So
when they had a great defense in front of him, there's Eddie Jackson at least was more than serviceable. We can say
more than serviceable, but I feel good now. What my question is, if I could have that one-on-one with Dennis Allen, would be now what do you do with the luxury of having a Terrell Smith and a Tyreek Stevenson that can play nickel dime? Maybe one of them, fills in. If Jaquan moves to strong safety, one of them can fill in. We still have Jonathan Owens that can, do a little bit of something in safety. Do we address that in the draft, guys? With maybe the third round, our third round pick. What are we doing with it? Because I see our secondary being elite. I do.
I mean, I felt like we were elite level last year until we had a few injuries that nicked us around. But I mean, now my draft, I'm thinking differently right now at 10 now. After re-signing Kyler, assuring that secondary, now I am at that point where it's like, do you want to go get another pass rusher to go along that side? Because imagine what our secondary can do if we can get to that quarterback.
I agree, but now that puts the signing of Deo in kind of like, well, you're paying this kid $16 million, like he gotta play.
Yeah, I mean, we got to cue that Deo, right?
Yeah, well, not to Deo. Do we have that?
We got it. We got it. We're waiting for it. But I mean, and I understand that, but you can never have more than enough like rotating type pieces on that defensive front.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying, because like we always allude to, that NASCAR package that the Giants had worked very well for them at that time with an aging Michael Strahan, mind you, right? Jason Pierre-Paul and them guys, right? But I'm just saying for this particular one, I'm looking now, for me personally, now I'm looking at, well, go ahead and put Kyler to the outside and let one of them other guys play nickel at time, right?
I mean, even if I'm not mistaken, though, doesn't Dennis Allen only play nickel like maybe 25% of the time?
Well, I don't want to get into numbers with that yet, because
that can change, obviously.
Dennis Allen, it can change, but my thing was he didn't have the luxury of having.
Agreed. And that's why I feel like him coming in saying like that is like one of my number one priorities right now is to lock up Kyler, because that's just I could play around so much on the defensive side now, because I 100% agree with you. I want Kyler on the outside, and I would even flip him inside at nickel every once in a while just to show something differently, because offenses are not going to know what's going on when Kyler is all over the field.
This is true. Now, I have to ask you all, Foul, Frank, Kirk, does that change the necessity at 10 because of the way Dennis Allen has traditionally ran his defenses? Do we look at linebacker? Do we look at a Jalen Walker? Do we look at a Jahad Campbell? Do we trade back, get a couple of picks, and look at a Chris Paul Jr.? Out of Ole Miss, who was very, very talented. Weak side linebacker. To me, that just gives you more options.
Mm-hmm.
Signing Kyler Gordon, having him being able to come out just for the nickel package and bring in that linebacker and have him do what he does on the outside, right?
Yeah, well, see, the thing about it is that I don't think that you go for linebacker at all. Linebacker will be just ridiculous. You still got two good linebackers in Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards, who
but he runs three linebackers set a lot.
But the thing about it is that with that three linebacker, the league now is a passing league. So unless you have a linebacker that's just super elite as far as in pass coverage, you're not going to see too much of that. Hence why the nickelback, such as Kyler Gordon, is so important, because they're sort of like a jack of all trades. You need someone that's going to be able to stick those tight ends and stick that third wide receiver, that slot wide receiver at all times. Most times when a linebacker is on a slot, wide receiver is barbecue chicken. Yeah. So I understand the third linebacker part.
True.
You need some backups, but you can get that
You can get a good linebacker, a starting linebacker in the first 3 rounds. You don't have to get.
Well, I mean, if they get a linebacker, he's not going to be starting. He's not starting over Tremaine. He's not starting over TJ.
Well, I mean, no. If you're running a third outside linebacker,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He would be, and I'm not saying you have to pick them at 10. That's why I said possibility of trading back, right? But the reason I bring that up now is because if you look at the landscape of the division, now you look at Jalen Johnson kind of giving Justin Jefferson some trouble, but then Jordan Addison gave us fits, right? Now, neither one of them gave us fits because now Kyler's on Jordan Addison. I dare you. Then you go to, and I'm not saying this like they're great, right? But then you go to Green Bay, of which we just recently beat the last time, and they got their own woes. But now they can't run all that little scrambling pick, pick tight end pick plays and all that, because now Kyler's here waiting for you, and Jalen Johnson's on the other side. So you kind of put the pieces in place to match what's going on in your division. How many times did we see Jameson Williams just take off? Bam! We trail mode. He's not going to do that against Kyler.
No, he's not. Yeah, Kyler can be shadowing those speedy type quarterbacks and everything too, and that's why I say it gives us the luxury now as far as the linebacker position. Foul, to your point, you're right. The slot position, but now everybody moves around. But how do you defend a TJ Hawkinson? How do you defend a Sam Laporta, right? How do you defend those guys in your own division that you're definitely going to see a total of 6 times out the year, right? You have to have a rangy linebacker. In Dennis Allen's offense, in Dennis Allen's defense, we don't know what his focal point is yet. We know 2 things for sure. We know he relied on Cam Hayward, and then most recently, to my recollection, wasn't Tyrann Mathieu kind of important? Yeah.
I mean, Tyrann Mathieu was still doing it at his age, you know. He's been
that's right up the middle.
Kind of long in the tooth, yeah.
That's right up the middle.
The thing about it is like with those type of tight ends that you're talking about, the TJ Hawkinsons and the Sam Laportas, those guys are tight ends that, yes, they can give you problems. But if you put a good, strong nickel cornerback on them, you know what I'm saying, it can give them fits because it's not like they're overpowering. Like none of them like super huge where they just.
Tyler's a great tackler too.
They're guys. They're route runners. They're like third wide receivers. You know what I'm saying? So they know how to get in and out of their breaks, out of their cuts. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of tight ends that you be going up against. You won't be going up against like the big dudes like a Cole Kmet or Rob Gronkowski or somebody like that. Rob Gronkowski. You know, you don't have to really worry about that because those type of guys can give nickel cornerbacks fits because of how big they are.
They'll just box them out.
How they used to post up. You know what I'm saying? Those type of guys can give a nickel corner fits where you would need someone like a Tremaine Edmonds or like a TJ Edwards to cover those type of guys. So that's good too. I think that there's no way that he gets that contract if Dennis Allen does not sit up there and going to be playing more nickel this year than he's been doing in the past couple of years because he wouldn't get that type of contract. He wouldn't get that contract.
Yeah, I mean, I look at that as more. I mean, as I agree with that as well, but I also agree with they have more plans for Kyler.
And that's what I'm thinking.
That's where I'm going. Where I'm saying like that Deebo Samuel type thing. Like, I feel like he's going to be like the guy that is just going to be all over the place on the field, and offense are going to have a hard time watching film to try to find out where he's at because he's going to blitz on the outside. He's going to read your running back on where he's going to be doing a lot of linebacker work. And we're saying going out and get on the linebacker. Like, I mean,
true. And I agree with that in some aspects, but I'm not just talking about for the money. I'm talking about for what Dennis Allen does and what Kyler Gordon has proven he can do. The kid is phenomenal at coverage, period. Anytime you go a year without giving up a touchdown, that's phenomenal. Anytime you go 2 years, that's damn near astronomical. Mm-hmm. I think you have to put Kyler Gordon on that outside to shut down some of these speedy wide receivers in your division. I think Dennis Allen has a plan because, and I'm not trying to be short, right? I'm not trying to be short,
No,
But-
you're tall. You're pretty tall.
But well, no, I'm tall. But I'm saying, like, for you guys, would you feel a little bit better in Dennis Allen's scheme with Kyler and Jalen being on the outside, as opposed to maybe a Terrell Smith or a Tyreek, and having them guard the nickel/dime positions at times?
No.
Like
I wouldn't
the
feel
thing, like the thing is, you
You
look.
don't tell me, Fal. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Frank.
go ahead, Fal.
Oh,
No, I mean, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. And trust me, I was one of the main people that were advocating for Kyler to go to the outside, but I wouldn't feel comfortable in that because Kyler, it has the right height, and he's going to learn so much by being in that nickel position. It's not a position that you can easily just transition to.
No, you're not wrong.
You can't easily put a Tyreek Stevenson into that nickel position. You can't easily put a Terrell Smith into that nickel position, because most of the time when you're in that nickel position, you're playing someone which is probably a small, quick, shifty wide receiver. And those guys, Terrell Smith, he's a tall cornerback. Tyreek Stevenson, he's sort of on the bigger side as far as cornerbacks. So those type of guys give them fits. I mean, shit, we saw what happened with Peanut. Peanut was good against the bigger wide receivers, but them short, shifty, quick little fuckers, Peanut
just didn't have that
struggled with all the time.
That's why I said like Terrell Smith or somebody, because now
Terrell Smith is a tall cornerback. He's a big
fast and he's quick. I think Terrell Smith can do that. I'm not off the Tyreek Stevenson train yet.
No,
but I just think we become more dynamic because, like I stated, Jalen takes away one thing, and then the other fast receiver gets.
But that's the thing. When you look at last year, guys, like, I mean, this was a big thing. A lot of people, Stevenson had a bad year. A lot of people picked on Stevenson. Like, I mean, they a lot of times went over to his side. And I'm not worried or anything like that, say, if Kyler goes to the outside, because his athleticism and his ability to actually stay tight on coverage all the time, he's going to be a shutdown outside guy too. I'm more worried about Stevenson possibly going to the nickel, because like how you said, Fal, that's not an easy position to learn. That is a hard freaking position to learn.
Well, in fairness, Kyler had to learn it as a rookie.
But Kyler, freaking, his athleticism makes up for that.
I get it, but let's not be so quick to say that Tyreek or Terrell Smith.
You're right. We don't know.
I mean, I'm not going to say that they can't. I just don't think the odds. If I was a betting man, I'd be betting that they'd get their ass toe off in that. You know what I'm saying? Playing that.
You really feel that way?
Yeah. Because the thing is this: Kyler, he has. All right, so we were talking about his speed. He runs about a 4.5. Yes, 4.5 is fast. When people start comparing it to a 4.3, 4.3 is elite speed. He doesn't have elite speed. He's a fast guy, but he doesn't have elite speed. So that's where a lot of people, like you said, think that, oh man, you got to come out there and you got to run a 4.3. No, there's very few people in the NFL that run 4.3s. You know what I'm saying? 4.3 is elite speed.
Yeah.
You know,
and
he
I mean,
runs a 4.5. You know what I'm saying? It's his short area quickness. You know what I'm saying? He's quicker than he is fast.
Yeah, he's got quick acceleration.
Yeah, and he's got a quick. And that's
I'd rather have ball speed than.
But don't forget about technique, though. Technique is.
I mean, technique does have a lot to do with it. But I wouldn't want to put a Tyreek Stevenson, who has from time to time problems with outside wide receivers, in there with a damn shifty ass slot wide receiver that gives him one juke, he gone. You think his ass is getting burnt on the outside? Shit. Just imagine when he gets in that slot. And a lot of times you got to remember, it's about numbers. When it comes down to when you need those 2 or 3 yards, a lot of quarterbacks look for that slot guy, because that slot guy can get in and out of his routes real fast, and he can dump the ball off to him before the DBs get, before the defensive line can even get there. So you got to remember that as well. I feel better with Kyler there at the nickel, because one thing that he does at the nickel, he's a good tackler, and also he's a very good blitzer. He can disguise himself as far as when he's coming in to blitz. He has a way to home in and tackle those guys. Tyreek Stevenson ain't the best damn tackle.
You're right on that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's where I'm saying, like, I'm not to the point where I'm saying I'm worried about Kyler going to any position on the field. I'm more worried about Stevenson going to the nickel. I 100% worried about that.
But you scheme it, right? You
yes, you do.
It doesn't have to be like
the only reason I'm saying this. Yeah, the only reason I'm saying this for Kyler though is Kyler deserves to be out on the field 100% of the time. Like, I don't want the nickel like he did last year where he was only out there like 50, 60% of the time. And that's where I'm going. Like, I feel like they're going to field. They're going to scheme him at different positions to make sure he is on the field at least 90% of the time.
And I want to bring this. Like, we know the difference between
what up?
Let's say 4-2-3 and 4-3 flat. Could be a bigger difference than saying 4-3, 4-4, 4-5. But when you're talking about Terrell Smith, if you look at Terrell Smith and Tyreek Stevenson, they're damn near the same player as far as physical attributes. They're both listed at 6 feet. They're both right a shade under 210. They both run in the mid 4.4s. They're about the same, but they don't have nearly the production that Kyler Gordon has. Now, I will say as far as the interceptions, because remember Tyreek Stevenson had 4 interceptions his rookie year, and we were like, oh, we might have one. Then we started seeing the second year, the sophomore slump. He did have 2 picks, but he had a bunch of brain farts all over the place, right? So what I'm saying is, in my opinion, I would rather coach one of those guys up solely for the fact that allows Kyler Gordon to be on the field more. Now, I'm not saying take him out of nickel completely. I'm not saying that. But that 60 needs to turn into 85 real quick.
Yeah, but the only thing about that is like I said, you don't. Kyler's been with the Bears 3 years now, right?
3 years, yes.
3 years, right? Okay. So you don't. And one thing about Kyler Gordon as well, Kyler has been banged up, and you don't want to constantly keep,
I won't say I won't agree with him being banged up.
He had a couple little nicks, but nothing was ever worried.
Yeah, but the thing is, those nicks have gone and kept them out. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them be soft tissue injuries. Yeah. So you want to sit up there.
Didn't he break his hand?
It was like a wrist, I believe.
Yeah, but he's going to have like soft tissue injuries as well. So you want to sit up there and you want to be able to, just take a little bit of time and don't overuse them. You know what I'm saying? Let them get a little comfortable in the defense. I know he's a playmaker on defense, and we do get that. But you also, this is the part of being a part of a team. You also got to trust the other guys to do their fucking job.
That's good, Kamish, because I was going to say the nickel spot is what makes him hit more and would take more of a toll on his body with those types.
Yeah, I'm just not ready to. And then the thing is this: if I'm Kyler Gordon, also I'm up for the challenge, but then I don't get paid like the rest of those guys on the outside. Because remember, those guys on the outside get paid big time money.
But what is his per year? I didn't see the contract.
Around 14, I think.
He got 3 years, $40 million. But the thing is, that's the highest. That's the highest. That's the highest ever for a nickel cornerback in NFL history.
And I mean, the price keeps going up for nickels. So nickels, I mean, they're getting a lot more money than what they did.
Now this is where I have to question the Bears. You pay him as the highest nickel, but then you move him to the outside because you want the production, right?
Yeah. But that ain't gonna happen. That's what I'm telling you.
No, it might, because if you all remember, and I know this for a fact, Darryl Stingley Jr., what is he in his second year, third year maybe? He is the highest paid cornerback in the league, and he getting like $30 million. Yeah. Jalen Ramsey, I know for a fact, is on the trade block. He getting 25.
Yeah,
I'll take Kyler Gordon over both of them. And I like Darryl Stingley Jr. I like him a lot.
I don't know about that one. Maybe Ramsey. Stingley, nah, he's a whole nother beast.
No, I said I like Stingley a lot, but Stingley don't hit like Kyler.
No, Kyler. A lot of people don't. Kyler and a lot of people don't know about this. He trains with the Legion of Boom guy in Seattle during the off seasons.
Richard Sherman.
Yeah. Now the coach of the Legion of Boom. I can't remember his name all of a sudden. He trains with him in the off season. I'm trying to remember that DC's name. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember offhand either, but they had about
that's where he learned how. Yeah, I mean, he that was the first year he brought that monster hit in Tennessee in the preseason. That was his first year training under the Legion of Boom. Like, I mean, he can hit, he can tackle. Like, I mean, this guy is.
Oh, stop! Yeah, that. Hold on, stop the presses. What is that about? Hey, man, I'm about to lose my mind.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
How do you call yourself? No, put that back up. How do you call yourself a true Bears show, Bears fandom, but you hate arguably our jackknife?
I'm gonna have to go try to look at what they said about him because I don't know how you can say anything negative.
Well, you're talking about people that truly think that they know everything.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, that's hold on. That's as bad as somebody asking Vinny Del Negro why you're not playing Derrick Rose in the fourth quarter. Well, why would we? He's your best player. Yeah. Like, why would you play him, Vinny? And that got Vinny up out of here, right? I'm teaching a runaway. I would love to get you on. That is some breaking news. Let me tell you something. We may not know everything. We know a little something about a little something.
Like that, though.
But we ain't never say no dumb shit like that.
Well,
they're not fond of Kyler Gordon.
I hate to be the one who wants to go there and watch.
You know how many games he's changed?
Yeah, I hate to be the one who has to go there.
What are we talking about?
I got to see what they said.
Well, let's change subject for a second because I know we're gonna come back to the Bears because we still got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about.
Now I might need a minute, man. Because
that's a great. Yeah.
No. We'll come back. We'll come back and adjust that because let's talk about.
Please, yes.
We can divvy in and talk about. Let's talk about. Let's do a little basketball, okay? So, the Bulls been on a run recently. Playing surprisingly well. All those people out there that were upset about that Alex Caruso. I think Frank, you was one on, weren't you?
No, I will say this right now. When that trade happened, I was not happy about it because I thought we could have got more for AC. But then I did come back a few days later and it was just like, no, you know what? After learning about Giddey and how good he did when he was actually given a shot and his age, I was like, I'm not mad at this trade because I want to see what this kid can do. And he is damn. Yeah. But the moment that trade happened, yes, I was just like, wow, that's all you got for Alex Caruso? A former first team or second team all defensive player?
Well, you know what happens, Frank? To be honest with you, we here in Chicago, us fans, we love our players so much that we overvalue them a lot of times, especially the role players. I mean, when you look at Alex Caruso, is he good to great on defense? Yes. Offensively,
he was inconsistent.
He's inconsistent. I mean,
his biggest thing, he couldn't stay healthy. That was his biggest issue. He played
shoots
so
a
hard.
Better 3-point percentage shoots a better field goal percentage, averages more points, more rebounds, more assists. The only thing that he doesn't do is get more steals and probably more blocks than he does. Yep. You know what I'm saying? He's not the defender at all that Alex Caruso is. So
he's not a defensive liability, though. That's his thing. He's not a defensive liability.
But you basically got rid of a guy that's probably just the average, probably 7th to 8th man on the bench, even though he was like the 6th man with Chicago, and got a guy that, he's not flashy. No, he's not super fast. No, he doesn't have elite athleticism. You know what I'm saying? But what he does is he's sort of like a Jason Kidd.
Yeah, it's
I would say he's on the same level as a Jason Kidd, but he's the type of guy that can control the game. And you look up in the box score like, damn, he got that. Like, you wouldn't even know that he got there. You wouldn't know that he has 14 points, 8 fucking rebounds, and 7 assists. You're like, damn, where the hell that came from? It's the stats that you don't sit up there and you see and you don't acknowledge. And then you look up like, damn, this guy's doing his thing. And that's what's been happening. He's shooting better from the 3-point line than he ever has in his career. He's shooting better field goal percentage. So all those things come into effect. I told people from the get-go, when we got it, we won that trade. I was happy about it. We won.
So, I'm at that point where, I mean, yes, we won the trade. I'm not going to say that I love the trade now, but I still feel both teams won that trade because Alex Caruso is somebody that Oklahoma City desperately needed. They needed that caliber and style of player to help complete their team. And we needed a young guy who could run the point. And
I'm going to say
way
this.
more than that. OKC is still the best team in the NBA. So
Josh Giddey looked like he did in OKC because he didn't have a space. Yes, he was never going to be the point guard over Shea. At the two, whether it's Jalen Williams or Lou Dort, he just didn't have a piece. He wasn't a piece that fit what they were doing because the people in front of him were outshining him. Not saying he couldn't play, but because of the way they were playing, it kind of made Josh Giddey look irrelevant. Yeah. But coming here, when we were in desperate need of and I'm going to say it, I think they got Josh Giddey to replace Lonzo Ball. I really do. Because they knew, because remember,
they wanted him to replace Lonzo.
They took that insurance policy. Wasn't it about a $10 million insurance policy?
Yeah, but they're going to sign Lonzo to an extension.
I'm not mad at that because Lonzo.
I'm mad at it because when is he going to play?
Point guard now is still. I'm happy as a backup point guard if he can get that knee under control.
But he's got the Brandon Roy knee. It'll never be. And I'm not saying never because of science, but unless somebody overseas and came with some miraculous thing to make your knee just pop right back.
Yep.
He's got the Brandon Roy thing, the degenerative knee thing. And history has shown us you don't come back from that. Now, I would love for him to, but that's why you have to get a Josh Giddey. That's why you have to get an insurance policy.
Right.
But moving forward to Josh Giddey playing well and the Bulls as a whole playing well, I still say we're mired in mediocrity because guess what? All we do if we beat the Heat is we earn
a knockout
dance with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, there's no way you're beating Cleveland in a 7-game series. You might pull off. You might pull off one.
And I totally agree with you, JB, because it's like this fucker Billy Donovan is like he does just enough not to get his ass fired.
And this just makes him look good.
Yeah, and it just makes him look like he's still out there running those little ass lineups with. When he's got big guys all over the damn place. He has the tall dude, Smith. He has that.
Smith don't even really play.
Not since Giddey has been pushing in that lineup. For some odd reason, with Giddey getting more playing time, you lost it with Smith. And I'm just like, why? That doesn't get Patrick Williams out of this freaking lineup.
Well,
trade him for a bag of peanuts. But no, you can't do that now because you just paid the guy $96 million.
Well, I will
average you a triple single.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I have noticed there have been a lot more times now where Patrick Williams was like the 6th or 7th man, and they had been starting Montez Buzelis.
Yeah, I mean they started Montez. I was still like Buzelis probably more so at the small forward position because he is long and rangy and
the defender though, man.
Dribble.
He can play that 4 as well.
Yeah, but the only thing about it is that he's not consistent as far as hitting that shot. And then he's not physical. You know what I'm saying? He will get pushed around.
Yeah, so he plays more physical on the offensive side of the ball than
I mean, absolutely, because you're attacking. But on the defensive side, you know, you got to actually sit up there. You got some big boys, you know,
you hit that
real thin. So when you're going against them big boys, they're gonna use that grown man strength and knock your ass out the way.
This is true.
At the same time, you got versatile pieces in a Smith that can go inside out, in a Vooch that can go inside out. Smith, out of all the bigs that they got, is probably the best defender.
Yeah, best shooter.
You know what I'm saying? and he might be the best shooter as well. So start tinkering with that lineup a little bit. I know you got Kevin Huerter in there.
Use that
I was going to say, because Huerter is important, but that again, we talking about that 6th, 7th man. But Kevin Huerter's been finishing games.
Huerter, you need to make those shots.
Hey, look, I'm just
Huerter's been playing the 3.
You can have Huerter in there to finish the games. Because I tell you this, you think you're going to run around. One thing that the Cleveland Cavaliers have taken advantage of is that they are showing the NBA, you know, y'all want to play with all that small ball lineup. Guess what? We got 2 big-ass 7-footers.
Who can shoot.
Who can shoot. and who can sit up there and defend, block shots, and grab rebounds. We're going to play with this. Let's see how good you guys are against us. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, for a good portion of the damn season, had the best damn record in the league because they had 2 7-footers that can run, that can sit up there, shoot, good defenders, athletic, and can grab rebounds. And they were getting away with that, even though their backcourt is on the shorter side with a like a 6'1" Donovan Mitchell and what a 6'2".
It doesn't matter when you got a 4'5",
6'3" Donovan Mitchell, 6'1" Darius Garland.
We have a 6'4". We have a 6'7" and they have 4 and 5 7-footers. It's just like we are going to get bullied so badly down low against them.
But here's my thing: when you talk about matchups, and I'm not even talking about just skill because it's the playoffs. You want to slow the game down. You want to get the best shots possible. I mean, don't forget, we still got Zach Collins from Gonzaga, who's a 6'11" kid. We forgot about him. He don't even play.
But Billy doesn't run big guys, and that's what's been killing us. We've gone and had the opportunity to run out there. We can run out there with a big lineup. I mean, because you can have a lineup of a Vooch, Smith,
I feel like they're gonna have to run that.
If you want to put a Herder out there, you can put him out there. If you want to take Giddey out and have Kobe White run the point for a little bit, you can sit up there and do that, or you can give Kobe White a breather and have Giddey come in and run the point with a big ass lineup like that. You can do things of that nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
Advantage of the advantages that you got. Don't sit up there and just have the shit sit over there and collecting up dust. But like I said, once again, Billy Donovan to me is not a good coach.
Let me ask you this, and I'm gonna go back into my time machine. This question to both of you. Who does Bucelis remind you of, and who should he actually play like? For this team? You like Karolinko?
Yep.
I agree with that. A healthy version of him.
I'm gonna go in the way back machine to a guy
the good Karolinko.
Yes.
Okay, not the one after the dunk, after the Baron Davis embarrassment, not that one. I'm gonna go in a little further back machine. I see if he played like Detlef Schrempf, 6'10", shoot the three, versatile defender, hard-nosed guy, success with Seattle, success with Indiana. I think that is how Billy Donovan needs to play. The kid's 6'10".
Yeah. The only thing about it is he doesn't have that. He doesn't have the girth that. That's
what he needs to get.
He needs to hit that.
That's why I said
he's a willing shooter now. He's willing.
Yeah, he's a willing shooter, but he's not consistent as Detlef Schrempf. That's why I said he reminds me more of a AK-47 with as far as his body type, his athleticism.
Absolutely. I said I need him to become a Detlef Schrempf for this team.
Yeah. I feel like he is going to be, and this is not the way back. This is more recent. We're seeing what Lauri Markkanen kind of did in Utah, and that's kind of like what we're hoping Bucelis is going to be. But Bucelis is way more willing to drive that ball and just stuff it in your face.
But that's because he's young.
And agreed, but I mean, Lauri Markkanen never really did.
You got to also look at the offense, because one thing that I did like about Lauri, they didn't utilize Lauri.
No, they didn't. No.
We gave up on him too quick.
And then he went in he came up with third in the MVP race over in Utah.
No, I'll tell you before that. Fal, do you remember when he was still on Cleveland and he was the 3 and 7 foot? Jared Allen was the 5 and 6'11", and Mobley was the 4 and 7 foot. What was we gonna do with that?
Yeah. I mean, whoever that was over there in Cleveland, and that's what I'm saying. These guys right nowadays, they're long and they're athletic. You can run some team. Like, I've been a big component of the Bulls trying to get Bol. I said, I don't understand how the fuck you don't get him. I mean, you sit up there and you talk about the freaks. Sure. You talk about, there's a Wembley. Oh, there's what's the other kid over there at OKC?
Oh, the one in Washington?
Okay.
Oh, Chet Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren. These
guys are the future, man.
Man, this guy, he's more athletic than both of them. He's a better dribbler than both of them. He attacks the rim better. He's not as good of a defender as Wembley, but he ain't far off.
Wemby
He can do so many things, and the guy's like 7'2", 7'3". You can sit up there and get a guy like him and use him in
a legacy player too.
Ways. Huh? Yeah. But they're not even using him right over there in Phoenix. But they about to blow that shit show up anyway.
No, Phoenix is done. They're done.
I'm excited to see what the Bulls going to do tomorrow at the game to see if they win or not. If they don't win, they're going to be in a draft lottery. If they do win, I don't know exactly how this play-in shit works. I think they may play Cleveland. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it is Cleveland the first.
This is the 7-8. The winner of the 7-8 becomes the 7th seed.
Oh, so it won't be Cleveland because Cleveland's won.
No, but the loser of 7-8 has to play the winner of 9-10. Yeah. So then if the Bulls lose to Miami, they're not done.
Yeah, they got to play the winner of the other one.
There you go.
They're in the playoffs. They just got to decide are they going to be the 7th or the 8th seed. Okay.
Or not at all.
If they win this game tomorrow, they don't play Cleveland in the first round, which in my opinion would be a gift because Cleveland would destroy them.
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. No, because then they play Boston.
I mean, I'm not saying it in a good way or anything like that. I'm just trying to say the way the teams are built, the way we play small ball, Cleveland is going to shred us apart like crazy to the point where, hey, we might steal one from Boston. We're not winning either series no matter what.
Check this out. We're going to bring in another member of the Dream Team. He's the mouth of the South, but we all know him because he's from Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chicago.
What's good, fellas? How y'all living?
Man?
What's happening? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Had to put the kids down tonight, so obviously y'all know I'm an hour ahead of y'all, so yeah, it's all good. I was listening to what y'all was saying about this play in, play out, play all around about shit. I'm still not a fan of it, but I like what the Bulls have been doing in the last few games leading up to this, whatever this is, and so obviously we have an advantage of beating the Heat tomorrow. So the Heat, since Jimmy left, they don't look like the same team that's formidable, right? So
they're lacking leadership. I feel like big time since Jimmy.
They definitely do. I definitely like the comparison that you guys were mentioning with our rookie kid. I really did appreciate Lauri Markkanen, and I feel like, to your point, Foul, they didn't utilize him enough, and they gave up on him too quick. And
they just sat him out at the 3-point line to shoot all day. That's all he was.
Yeah, and he was an all-star over there with Utah. I'm just like, why in the hell was we not using him like that? And why would we give him up in the midst of giving him a second contract because he was doing his rookie deal? I'm just like, what the hell was this front office thinking? Letting that man walk, knowing we could have built something around him, and even the whole Chet Holmgren comparison. Chet Holmgren is long. I love the way he plays, especially how much he contributes on the offensive side. I can see now the only comparison that I would go further back with JB on was that.
Good point, Illinois Jones.
I can see a little bit of Keith Van Horn in him, just a little bit. I mean, Van Horn. I like that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Van Horn was pretty versatile. I think he was underrated because think about the times he was playing. You're talking about the late 90s, early 2000s when that Nets team pretty much was solid when they had Kidd and Jefferson and Kmart. But Van Horn, when he first came in, when he's with Kerry Kittles, like him and Kittles was working out pretty well. And I thought they were utilizing him in a pretty good way. And I could see us pretty much using this kid the same way. But it really comes down to what this summer is going to bring, because I'm hearing a lot about us possibly being in the running for Joker. I would love that. I would fucking love to have Joker over here, man. Like,
you'd have to trade for him, though, wouldn't we?
I don't give two damns, and Walmart.
You'd have to trade the entire team.
Go right ahead, trade for him. Giannis obviously is still a candidate that I would consider as well, because Giannis, you know what you're getting out of Giannis on an every game basis. He'll give you 110%. He about 28 to 30 with about 12 to 15 rebounds. He gonna play defense. He gonna just strong arm every damn body. And so when we have those kick out shooters on the outside, waiting, not always waiting, but looking to either make their own shot or waiting for Giannis to kick it back out to him. Giannis going to do all the dirty work in the middle, man, and he's going to be able to get those putbacks. So I can see.
So let me ask you this. You said going after Joker, which is damn near impossible. I think Giannis might be more obtainable.
I think so too.
Why do you say that? I mean, because the reports I've been reading is that Joker, obviously he actually liked Mike Malone, and he didn't like the fact that they kind of like let him go. So this might be one of those exceptions where this star player didn't have anything to do with getting rid of his damn coach before the damn playoffs start of all play.
So watch this.
You get rid of my coach, and I'm like, you know what? All right, we ain't going nowhere. I'm out of here.
But watch this. Vibe with me. Billy Donovan doesn't know how to use Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah, he don't.
Mike Malone will know how to use Nikola Jokic.
Mike Malone will have a job unless he comes here, right?
Yeah, but get rid of Billy Donovan.
TTNL, come on.
Shit, I'll take Budenholzer. Hell, Phoenix should let him go. So I mean,
I don't want Budenholzer because
you're not going to blame what happened. Listen, we all have been on this panel many times before, and we've all said in basketball, the players are to blame more than the coaches are. In football, coaching matters way more than it does any other damn sport. Budenholzer is not to blame. I'm not saying he's not to blame at all, but KD and the rest of them damn players are to blame for what the hell happened to Phoenix more so than Budenholzer.
Let me tell you why I don't like Bullholzer. Well, the hell his name Bulldozer, whatever. Let me tell you why I don't like him. First of all, when he was over there in Milwaukee, he damn near got himself fired from over there in Milwaukee with the talent that they had. The only reason why his ass actually kept his job was because they ended up winning the damn championship.
The same
there
thing
was a lot
Denver,
of talk about it. He's not a good coach either. He's
a tough ass coach. He's an
okay coach, but he's not the type of coach that would look like
coaches. He's not an X's and O guy.
Coaching the Bulls,
no,
not at all.
He's not an X's and O guy.
But he's an accountability coach, which is what you need, though.
Yeah, but we might as well.
We need more than an accountability coach.
The NBA might as well just go and do players coaches because I don't feel like coaches really have power anymore. The players control.
You know what?
There are some
teams out there, Frank.
There are some teams out there who still do that. Like for instance, Spoelstra in Miami.
He's the man. He's not going nowhere.
Yes.
Steve Kerr
there
is
are
the man.
a lot of other coaches that I feel are just puppets.
But think about what y'all saying though. Kerr is adjustable. He's adaptable. He understands what needs to go on. He knows how to pretty much correlate with the way the direction the NBA is going in. These other coaches are really stuck in their ways, right? So they're not looking to change and adapt to any damn thing.
Kerr to me is the perfect storm. That's what it is to me with Steve Kerr. When you say Pop, when you talk about a guy like Pop is a guy that's going to demand respect. When
but see, that's the thing with Pop. Pop got it out the mud because remember that San Antonio team wasn't that good.
No, it wasn't.
When Pop first took over, they was all right. They wasn't nothing.
They were decent with just David Robinson, but once they started to build that team, they took off.
Yeah, but guess what Pop was also? Pop was also the GM. When you talk about Eric Spoelstra, Eric Spoelstra, who's the person that put Eric Spoelstra on?
Pat Riley.
Pat
Riley runs that damn.
That was Pat Riley's prodigy. So Pat Riley's going to sit up there and make sure that he doesn't go anywhere. Pat Riley's going to make sure that he is taken care of, that he will not be disrespected. Hence why LeBron James is not there, because LeBron James wanted his ass gone. Along with the thousands of other coaches that he gone and gotten fired over the years. But Pat Riley said, look here, I'm the HNIC. I run this shit. You don't run nothing but your motherfucking mouth. Yeah. That's it.
Now, let me
if you don't like that shit, you can get the fuck out. And
let me ask y'all this question, though.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah. The way that the NBA is going, the direction they're going in, I'm not even sure I know what the fuck these players want now. Because if you're willing to fire a coach or get a coach fired after 2 years of winning a championship, because we've seen championship coaches getting their jobs taken from them within 2 years after winning the damn title, what the hell are you looking for? Because You're not gaining no consistency with the damn teams, but with the coaches that you do have by letting them go so damn fast. After you were 2 years removed from the damn title you just won. So now you firing coaches? Like, where are these coaches gonna go and do more and stay longer? Like,
but let me point out a twofold process with that. One, it's very important, like we say in football. You got to partner your coach and your GM.
100%.
When you have
agree with that.
situation,
like, y'all winning. I don't know what the damn GM talking about. I'm winning games.
Let me tell you why. If you look at the Denver situation alone, right? You look at Denver and you say, Mike Malone went to ownership. Hey, man, I don't like what dude doing. He not giving me the people I need, blah, 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 blah. Then Calvin Booth goes to ownership behind him and say, hey, I'm giving him what we talked about. He can't coach them, blah, 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 blah. Ownership said, enough of this nagging. Both y'all gone.
What kind of solution is that, though? You get rid of both of them because they both nagging at you? Like, that's not how a parent works. When you got to deal with two damn children in
you're winning a championship.
Listen, and I'm about to put one of our own on blast, who also won a championship and was dismissed, and now went to another team, couldn't get over the hump, was dismissed. Then coaches wanted Bud fired, and now that guy is in Milwaukee causing problems. His name is Doc Rivers, one of Chicago's own.
Yeah.
That carousel is easy to manipulate when the players are like, hey, man, I got the owner's ear. I'm just going to call, I'm like Jerry, I'm just going to call Jerry and get dude up out of here.
But when have you seen coaches with winning records just getting their damn job, getting fired from their jobs?
You see it more than you just realize. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, I'm saying before, I was not used to seeing shit like this because I still don't even fully know what happened with Memphis and them letting their damn coach go a week prior. Like, why the hell would you fight? Y'all have a winning record.
Yes, you do. You know exactly what happened. Ja and T. Morant. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, man, get them under control.
This is where I am saying you might as well just have players coaches because coaches are to blame for everything in the NBA now.
And
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you win a championship.
Brown, Tyronn Lue, Ime Udoka, although there's a caveat.
If you win a championship,
that was no.
I said there's a caveat to that.
They had to do his job.
I said there's a caveat to that. What was my man name that had Toronto going? Wasn't that Dwayne Casey? They won a championship.
Yeah,
you got
Casey got fired too.
And you got to think
that's
about
what I'm saying.
Phoenix didn't have 3 coaches in 3 years.
But you got to
what
think
are you
about
doing, Monty Williams?
That comes to Mr. Chicago from a poorly ran organization. You think
There
about
you go.
Eddie Atkinson, how he sit up there and he had those New Jersey Nets winning. And then he didn't get along with a couple players on there. I think it was Kevin Durant or somebody like that, and they got rid of his.
You have Steve Nash. You ain't got no coaching experience. You know how stupid that was.
That was very stupid. That was trying to catch the next lightning in a bottle. Trying to catch the next Steve Kerr.
Boy,
yeah, no. and that's what happened. Went up there and put Steve Nash up there. Had no fucking idea what the fuck he was doing.
No clue.
About as much experience.
And then you put a team like that behind somebody who has no clue.
And Kyrie was like, "Listen, we don't really need a coach. Like, oh, you out in public saying shit like that? Why you have a new coach that's inexperienced? We don't need a coach."
That's why I'm saying right now for the LA Lakers, JJ Redick ain't your freaking coach.
Hell
you need the coach. LeBron James is the coach of that freaking team.
Man, we ain't gonna even talk about them motherfuckers. I don't want to hear no Laker talk. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's change tunes. We can talk a little bit about the WNBA. Yesterday, the WNBA had their draft. Paige was the first player taken. Chicago Sky ended up taking 2 players in the first round. They got LSU's. Well, she's not LSU. She started at LSU. She was a teammate with Angel Reese, but went to TCU. And what's her name? Van Sleep. And then they went
Vandersloot.
Vandersloot, Van Sleep, or whatever. VS.
Get the names right.
Victoria's Secret, goddammit. Victoria's Secret.
Gay. I mean, I don't consider that being gay, but okay.
But anyway,
I don't know why that was good.
and they went and got a. They also went and got a foreign player that's actually 6'4" that can actually shoot the ball. She shot 39%.
She's like an outside three-point
Oh, girl from Notre Dame.
They got two really good 3-point shooters in this draft.
Yeah.
To go along with their two monsters.
What do you guys think about the Sky? Do you think they have a chance of making the playoffs next year? Do you guys even follow WNBA? I know I do because, the truth, to be honest with you, they play with more heart and passion than the guys in the NBA, and that's because their ass is not getting.
It's sad to say that there's no denying that. 100%.
Absolutely, man.
I mean, with the WNBA in this draft, I think both picks were the right picks. Because you went last year and you got, as they like to call it, the two twin towers here in Chicago now.
Yeah.
Two big bullies down low. But what did they lack last year is they couldn't find any shooting.
They guard play was
very good shooters.
Horrendous.
They guards are getting chewed the fuck up out there. But it's crazy enough. They average the most rebounds per game in the WNBA. How you average the most rebounds in the WNBA and don't make the playoffs?
I'm not gonna. I don't want to say anything negative about it. They did have one of the worst field goal percentages, so they were.
Well, I was a lot of missed shots.
Yeah, they were getting and again, I'm not dissing Angel Reese, but I mean,
there's a lot of putbacks.
She averaged 6 rebounds, offensive rebounds a game of her own shots.
Yeah.
So,
it was, and Cardozo was getting average. Cardozo was getting most of her. Most of her points.
She averaged a lot, but one thing I'll sit up there now. I've been one of the people that have gone and came on here and given Angel Reese shit. You know what I'm saying? But also, I have to give her credit where credit is due. Yeah, she missed some shots, but Angel Reese was a beast on the boards.
Oh, there's no question.
She led a rookie, led the WNBA in rebounds.
Yeah,
people can talk about her
by a very big number too.
Huh?
It was by a very big number she led, especially when you did have Cardoza next to you.
Well, Cardoza didn't play as much.
Cardoza was hurt at the beginning of the season. Now, I can't wait to see what this team looks like with Cardoza in that lineup with Angel. That's going to be a hell of a lot different now.
Well, she's healthier now.
Yeah, but I have to give the same way you give credit. I have to follow up.
100%.
You cannot. Angel Reese is not a perimeter.
She needs to be more.
No, she's working on it though. She was working with us Leslie and a few others.
Let me finish. You cannot be a primarily post player and shoot 39% from the field.
No, you can't.
Can't do it.
You're absolutely right.
And that's where a lot of her rebounds.
That should be in the high 50s down there. Absolutely.
So to Frank's point, I can't finish, so I'm getting my own rebound. Can't finish, getting it again, and then finishing it and or getting.
Well, let me tell you this, JB. That shit ain't easy to do.
No, it ain't. She's a dog.
I didn't knock her accomplishment.
Yeah, but the thing is this: you can't poo-poo on her like, oh yeah, well, she got a lot of those offensive rebounds, sitting off of her own misses. Well, I mean, shit. It ain't easy to sit up there and get your own goddamn board once you fucking miss.
A lot of that is from her athleticism. It's not like now. Let's not.
No, it's not. That's
it is. It is her athleticism.
Hustle and muscle.
Yeah. You can't teach that's the thing. You guys are the basketball.
I'm not saying it's not effort, but because she is able to miss the shot and spring back up. That speaks to her athleticism as well. Cardoza can't do that.
Effort.
But I want to ask you guys.
I didn't say
we got everybody talking at once. Go ahead.
I did not say it wasn't effort. What I said was her athleticism plays into that as well. I was talking. I got cut off. I'm gonna finish my statement. I'm telling you right now, it's not about just effort. But her
I'm the goddamn moderator.
Her athleticism plays a big
part. Now I'm gonna talk over you.
But you being stupid, man. Come on, I was making a point, and Chicago cut me off.
Go ahead, finish your point.
Don't do that. My thing is this:
who you telling don't do
her athleticism plays a big
because
part
both of y'all going at the same time.
Because without that, we see Cardoza being a big 6'7" rebounder, not able to do the same thing that Angel Reese does, because Angel Reese has the hustle, the tenacity, but she also has the athleticism to do that. That is a testament to her strength. But she has to learn how to finish.
100%.
That is undeniable.
Like
undeniable.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the thing. I'm agreeing with you 100%. I was saying that's not easy to do. Like her and how JB was saying, athleticism. She's. I mean, I don't know. You say this to females, but she's a dog. She's a monster. She knows how to get in there, disrupt people, and get those rebounds. That is a gift. That is not easy to do. But I want your guys' opinion on this because you guys play basketball way more than my little ass does. When you are missing your own shots, you have a better idea of where that rebound is coming as opposed to the person who is out there trying to rebound. Am I right?
Yeah, well, listen, it's not just that, though. It's the effort in which you go about playing the game, too, because effort is something you can't teach. When you go after your own rebound, you're determined to make that damn basket go in.
She also has a feeling
how you missed it the first couple of times.
She also knows she is missing that shot, and she's going there immediately.
Now, the other criticism I'm going to give Angel Reese defensively is that I need her to stop just having her damn hands up. She can be getting a hell of a lot more blocks.
She's a leader.
If she actually put her mind to actually blocking the damn shots. I can't stand that. I don't like when men do it. So I'm damn sure I ain't gonna like it when women do it because I'm a defender. I love to defend. I'm putting your shit on the glass with my big ass hands. Or I'm going up there and I'm going to go get that. And because it's effort that you cannot teach. And I need her to be on that shit defensively.
But that goes back to me sitting up there, what I was about to tell JB. The thing about Angel Reese, she's not that athletic. She really isn't.
It's effort.
See, you're talking about her athleticism.
She's for a 6'3" woman, she's athletic.
Angel Reese, it's more about effort for her. It's effort.
Angel Reese is not that athletic. I'm not saying that she's not athletic, but she's not that athletic. The thing about Angel Reese does not jump like that.
No, she doesn't.
So what you were talking about, Mr. Chicago, she doesn't jump. If you notice when she's doing her layup, a lot of her layups are scoop layups because she doesn't get off the ground. She's good at moving her feet a lot of times and her long arms. But she's not athletic. If you see the way she runs, she don't even run like a goddamn athlete. She runs like a pretty girl. Like
she played good on the ball defense, but I'm just saying.
She's good at getting in. She's a smart defender. She gets in passing lanes and gets turnovers and steals. But I understand where Chicago's coming from. Like, she's tall. She's got a wingspan. Instead of just doing this, if she could adjust it and put arms up a little bit as well, it's going to benefit her.
See, that's why I got to put y'all back in the machine. When she was drafted, the two biggest things was her vertical leap, which speaks to athleticism, and the fact that she was a tenacious rebounder. Again, I'm not knocking the hustle part, but we can't sit up here and not sit up here and look at what's really going on. And to your point, Mr. Chicago, one of the reasons why you would like to see her block more, Angel Reese commits a lot of fouls. So now, instead of I'm going for every block getting fouled, now so I don't foul out the game, she averages over 3 fouls a game. Now I'm here because I can't foul out.
Well, you know one thing that she does do? She's a very good on-ball defender, and she will pick your fucking pocket.
Yeah, she
will steal the ball. Yes,
that's where she gets a lot of her fouls coming in from constantly trying to pick people.
She's more Barkley than Kemp.
She has, if I'm not mistaken, she has a rod in one of her legs. But we're gonna go ahead and change the subject and get back to the
comparison.
Bed, so.
Charles Barkley, man.
Listen, the last part about this guy, I'm interested in knowing what this new coach is gonna do.
Get into that NBA draft
with these girls that we just drafted. I would love to see how this starting lineup is going to feel.
But I'm mad about that. Why would you get rid of Teresa Witherspoon in her first?
The reason why they got rid of Teresa Witherspoon, and we'll talk about this at another time. We'll elaborate more because we only got a few more minutes, so we can talk about some more Bears. The thing about Teresa Witherspoon was she was a Angel Reese big time supporter, and a lot of things went down in that locker room that she could not control. She couldn't control the team. There was a lot of, you heard, like there was actually some press conferences where you can see Cardoza and some other people look back like, what the fuck is going on back there? Where it's just all types of shit going on back there. You know what I'm saying? Then she had the Kennedy situation. So there was a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on with those ladies, and she wasn't exactly that type of disciplinary, accountable coach.
Yeah, but her style of coaching too was more guard play, and you drafted two bigs too. So she's kind of like Billy Donovan.
Kennedy
She
was
didn't
a guard
know
that was
how to
hooping
coach
though. Like
bigs.
she gave effort too. Kennedy was.
Kennedy was by far was their best scorer. By far. She just was fucking crazy as batshit. That's all.
But you love that about her because she gonna bring that shit every single day.
Yeah, she gonna bring it. She gonna bring some other shit with her too.
All right, let's get back to some Bears talk.
The best, man. Yeah. All right, so let's get back to the Bears. One thing I want to ask you guys: we've gone and heard everybody talk about what the expectations are with the Bears, as far as Caleb's expectations. I want to ask you guys, what are your expectations for year one of Ben Johnson? Are we expecting, and this is the reason why I said that, because last year we had a lot of people come on here or just talk about it, period. Talk about how Caleb Williams was going to set the Bears all-time record in passing yards, set the Bears all-time record as far as touchdown passes and all this. Like he was going to come right in and lead the Bears to the playoffs. Are we having those same expectations this year with Ben Johnson? Are we saying that Ben Johnson is going to come right in and lead the Bears to the playoffs, or is it going to take a minute? What are your expectations? What do you expect from Ben Johnson? What would you like to see from Ben Johnson this year?
All right, who wants to go first? I'll take it. Fuck it.
Go ahead.
2 tears in the bucket.
Yeah. This is the thing. Am I expecting them to make the playoffs this year? No, I'm not. All right, I'm being a realist. I'm being the JB realist on this one right now. I expect a much better offensive production out of Caleb Williams. And am I saying they won't make the playoffs? No, I'm not saying that. But I'm going like a 9 win, and they're just going to miss the playoffs. Another close to 500 season. And I just can't see them flipping to a whole new system and having success like they can in this division the way it is right now. I don't see that happening right now. I give them a year. I'll give them next year. They'll be much better.
Okay. Mr. Chicago.
Well, I would tell you like this. All these damn moves, all these acquisitions, these hires, this coaching staff, I'm going to sit up here and tell you all. So I want to preface my comments by saying a prediction and expectations are two different things, right? So I'm not going to predict that they'll make the playoffs. I'm expecting us to make the damn playoffs, though. I am. I'm expecting 10 wins out of this team. You don't put together a coaching staff
Man, how do you predict
this caliber, and I mean from the head down to the last damn coach. You don't put this kind of staff together and sit up here and do the bare minimum to just get 7-8 wins. Hell no. Listen, what I'm expecting preferably from Ben Johnson is that even in his first year of being a head coach, he won't make a lot of bonehead decisions when it comes to clock management, play call management, timeout management. Like unlike the last motherfucker that was here doing stupid shit or not doing nothing at all. I'm expecting Ben Johnson to look very much so more competent and confident in his play calling, in his personnel, and in his coaching staff too. And he's going to listen to those coaches on his coaching staff to actually and lean on them and their expertise as to certain decisions that he should make and shouldn't make in those critical moments of time during the game. Is he going to mess up? Absolutely he will. Are we going to lose a couple of close games? Yeah. It won't fucking be 7 damn close games that we're losing by 1 point or 1 score. No, the hell it will not be. And it bet not be. So with this coaching staff, again, let me reiterate this. I'm expecting this team, especially given what everyone's predicting us that we're going to do next week in this draft. I'm expecting for this team to be orchestrated enough to where we must up enough wins to go to the damn playoffs. I ain't say win a playoff game. I ain't say go to the damn Super Bowl or the NFC title game. But making the playoffs, oh, you best damn believe I'm speaking for the vast majority of Chicago Bears fans when I tell you, you ain't doing all this shit and only winning 7 games. No, the hell you're not, and we're not going to accept that. Now, 1 year, again, I ain't saying fire him if we don't win it, but I'm saying this better look drastically different and drastically better compared to the last 3 fucking years we had to be succumbed and subjected to. That's the bottom line to all this. So Ben Johnson, I see him doing a fairly decent job and leaning on his coaching staff and his personnel that he's going to put together, and we're going to actually make a damn run to finally get a damn playoff berth. I'm looking forward to that.
JB.
I'm going to be the negative Nancy, and I think Ben Johnson, it will take time for him to learn how to be a coach. We are still in a tough division. I think Caleb, now second year, second coach, second system, Caleb got to learn how to get out of Caleb's way. He got to learn how to he got to learn how to be more polished. And yes, I'm hoping Ben Johnson can help with that. I hope that Eric Bieniemy can help with that. There's ego at every position, regardless of how you want to frame it. There's ego at the Ben Johnson, I'm the coach, this, that. There's ego with Caleb Williams because he thinks he's the next greatest thing. That has to.
Love his confidence, though. You
I
gotta have a
love
quarterback with
How about the confidence? But all that has to be
But
cultivated.
yes, you got to show it.
Absolutely.
All
It
that
has
has
to
to
gel
be-
well with the coach. Absolutely.
And for me, anything is an improvement from last year, because now you're talking about, okay, we won 8 games, 7 games, 9 games. Yeah, that's an improvement on last year. But I don't see them, all those people that's like, oh, playoffs, Bears, 12-5. I don't see that again this year.
Can we not use last year as a goddamn measuring stick? Because that bar is awful fucking low.
Yeah,
Can we not do that?
Chicago, I know where you're going with this, but I mean,
Don't you kind of have to, because the same talk was last
you
year.
didn't just change one coaching position; you changed everything.
Yeah, you
you
but here's the thing, though.
you
We
can't
had
expect it
the
to go
talent.
perfectly.
The problem was the coaching.
Yeah, but the
We
talent
know
still
that.
needs to learn a whole new system now. Like, I mean, it's not easy to do. Like, they
No,
might start
but we've seen
off
other
the
damn
season-
teams do it. We've seen
Yeah,
other
they might
players do it.
start
Why
off
the hell
the
can we
season
not
rough
do that?
and finish strong. They might do that.
We don't have a walk over cakewalk schedule either.
No,
We play
have
some
No,
guys.
no, we don't. But damn it, I saw when you see the
the Green Bay Packers have one of the easiest schedules. It doesn't make any difference.
when you see the
Can I say
Texans
something real
and
quick?
Washington do this shit, why we can't do that?
Well,
We ain't no
let me-
damn different than them.
Washington
Let me-
has a weak division, though.
Let me say something real quick. One reason
in that division, I think not.
One reason why we were sitting up there talking about the Bears and having a very good record last year was because, for the simple fact, as someone alluded to, I think it was JB, of our schedule. Our schedule was not that hard. We looked at, we said, damn, man, they can win this game. Damn, they can win this game. Damn, they can win this game. Damn, they can win this game.
And what happened?
This
We lost
schedule this
one
year,
score in all them goddamn games.
but the thing is, this schedule this year, and to your point, Mr. Chicago, yes, there is a possibility that we can do what Washington did last year. But there has to be a lot of things that have to line up for that to sit up there and happen. You know what I'm saying? First of all, let's be honest about Washington last year. Washington was probably the luckiest fucking team in the NFL last year.
They did catch a lot of breaks.
They caught a
They won a lot of one-score games.
Can we catch some damn breaks now?
Well,
it's our turn now.
Like I sit up there and said, there's a chance that we could do that. Luck is going to have to play some part in it. Like I told you before, the last 2 seasons, we have lost 13 games by one fucking score less.
Yeah.
So, yes, luck is going to have to play some part in it. Yes, hopefully the Bears can get out to a good start. Yes, hopefully the coaching staff is way better than the previous coaching staff, because that's going to sit up there and play a big part in what they're doing as well. You know, we got to see what type of talent they got. They beefed up the line. And more importantly, fucking health. Yeah. Health is going to play
Health plays a part for every team. That ain't just our team. That's everybody's team.
Yes,
so
but the thing is this. No team.
But
the reason why I say health is because no team in the last fucking 3 years has had 120 different goddamn combos.
Of course not.
Linemen coming in.
Of course not. Listen, a lot of that wasn't just. I need you to be clear about that, Fal. A lot of that wasn't just for health reasons. It's because lack of goddamn production. Your ass wasn't doing nothing. I'm gonna switch your ass out. Put somebody else in there.
A lot of that shit was because of fucking health reasons.
Yeah.
Because
some of it was.
So tell me this. Besides Nate Davis, who the hell did we really replace because of their lack of production?
Shit, the damn center. Who was that? Shelton?
No, he didn't.
No, Shelton played almost the whole year, man.
Every single player on the line got hurt last year.
Got hurt.
Even the backups of these starters got hurt.
I remember two that got hurt twice.
Yeah.
So
Frank went in for a fucking trial, and he damn near made the squad.
Amen. Sam, Tank.
Yeah, and Braxton goddamn Jones should not be the damn person. Again, I'm gonna beat this damn drum till the cows come home. I don't trust him to protect my goddamn quarterback on that left side.
But
I do not. It's a blind side. He going.
I get that, but at the same time,
you did give him a guard now to help.
You don't know what's going to. Are we saying that Braxton Jones is a Pro Bowler? No, absolutely. No. Are we saying Braxton Jones is a bad player? No. He is a very serviceable. No, he's a serviceable. No,
he's serviceable.
Very serviceable player.
I don't like these words y'all using. I don't like these words y'all
But the thing is this: the whole damn line looked bad. You want to know why the whole damn line looked bad? Because there was no fucking continuity, none whatsoever. I don't give a fuck who you got out there. If you ain't got no continuity, if every fucking week Braxton Jones look up and he got new motherfucker playing the goddamn left guard position.
And you also had a shitty, inept fucking offensive line coach in Morgan ass who should never fucking be here this damn long in the first place. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. Morgan did not know what they were doing the damn line. And y'all know.
I was just going to say to what Easy just said. Braxton Jones will be a very good swing tackle. He has quick feet. And he can do that.
That's where he's most.
I'm fine with him being a swing tackle, but he's not a starting left tackle.
Right. That's a very good comparison, Jake.
It's serviceable.
Okay, all right.
I'm just saying, because here's my thing. We just watched a team that had, we'll say historically, a good line. We just saw the second time in Super Bowl what happens when your line don't gel.
Sick son of a bitch.
We just saw that in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you got 5 All-Pro.
I don't know where 2% milk comes up.
Ball ain't playing together.
Was it KC's O-line or was it Philly's D-line? That's a good question.
It was absolutely KC's O-line because they're like, I don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, they look completely out of place.
Come on now. Don't you dare discredit Vic and how he had that goddamn line playing.
Nobody's discrediting him. What I'm saying is, when you're used to Joe Tooney being your left guard, then all of a sudden he got to play left tackle because Buddy ain't cutting it. That changes things.
It does. And then not only that, I'll give you, to go back to something, was Washington offensive line the best?
It's better than ours.
They were better than ours. They were top 10, I thought, right?
They were top 7. They finished
top 7. But this is the thing, though. You think about Washington line. What did they have? Continuity. They had continuity.
And nobody got hurt except the one.
Right now, I can't even name one goddamn Washington offensive line.
Their coaching staff was new.
How you say his name? Giancomi or something like that?
But you see how that shit ain't just naturally running off your tongue and shit.
That's what I don't know how to speak Italian.
But the coaching staff was new, Foul.
The thing was though, Washington had 3 players who were
him too.
Who were really good, and then they went out and signed the 2 best guards to replace in that lineup. So they had a continuity, and then they put 2 really good players inside the continuity.
But it was a new system, though, Frank. It was a new system. They had a new coaching staff, though. A whole new system.
But the thing was is that they had enough time where they played together and they can fucking sit up there in jail. It's a lot harder than, 2 weeks, I got Tevin over here. Damn, next week I got fucking Bill Murray over here.
They're trying to find something that works.
Centers and all this type of shit. I got Nate Davis.
When you're playing the damn offensive lineman wrong,
Ryan Bates. Don't forget about Ryan Bates.
Ryan Bates.
Prior to. But when you got Bill Murray playing fullback for your ass and not actually on the goddamn line for you, when you already know, people already know you give him the damn ball, how predictable and stupid was that? You getting your offensive line hurt, not doing offensive lineman shit.
But the thing was, they were still.
I get that, but again, then now you're going over, you crossing that line, talking about coaching and Chris Morgan and all that. Whereas Washington was a little different because but I'm saying, there's a difference.
Morgan was.
You got to see the forest from trees. Washington had the luxury of having two former successful, moderately for one of them, head coaches as your head coach and your offensive coordinator. That spoke volumes to how the continuity helped plus health, and then the maturation of Jaden Daniels, who was already pro ready. The thing about Caleb was you had an idiot trying to tell him what to do. Then you had another dude that came off of success thinking, okay, well, I just got to say this and he going to get it. He a prodigy. And it never worked out.
Yep. And now we have
the two are not the same.
We have an offensive-minded head coach, and we have a solid-ass defensive coordinator that can gel together and make sure that they actually even things out.
Again, it's not the same because, yes, you have an offensive-minded head coach who's a rookie. Dan Quinn wasn't no rookie. He went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he ain't no.
Dan Quinn wasn't no rookie. True, but Kingsbury had a lot of former head coach who's now the offensive coordinator.
And that makes the difference now. Whereas, yes, I like the fact that Dennis Allen has head coaching experience, but Dennis Allen sucked as a head coach.
It's still experience, though.
It was decent.
He's got
a decent job.
He wasn't a horrible. We've had way
Kingsbury was in the same boat as Dennis Allen, though. Cliff Kingsbury was in the same boat.
Let me ask you this, and be real with yourself. The same way we trying to say, oh, Dennis Allen sucks as a head coach, but it's good that he got experience. Is Dallas saying that about Matt Eberflus right now? Because technically, Matt Eberflus got experience as a head coach. He has experience.
You don't know that because I think
they hired his ass. They know his ass. He started over there with them, so that was a bullshit hire. You know that. But Easy just said having Eric B on this damn coaching staff is going to make a world of damn difference.
We're hoping.
It should, but
we're hoping.
I know for a fact he will.
And I'd like the holding people accountable that Bieniemy has, and our wide receiving coach. I'm having a brain fart with his name.
Randy Lale ain't gonna take no shit.
Yeah.
Randall Lale
plays off in this game.
Here, yeah.
He's from the South. He knows this. He knows this city.
Shout out to the Thornton Wildcats, baby. Wildcats alumni. Shout out to the Thornton Wildcats in this month.
Randy Lale ain't gonna take. Ain't no plays off on this damn thing.
Well, the good thing that we have with this coaching staff that we probably never had with any coaching staff when we had a first-time head coach is all the different guys that will hold people accountable and that have experience.
That's what I'm saying, man.
That's one thing that we have. Randall holds people accountable. We know Eric Bieniemy does. We've heard about Dennis Allen holding people accountable. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly, Ben Johnson does the same thing.
I like the Al Harris pick. To me, that was big. Al Harris and Kyler Gordon.
Hey, Dan, while you're in the comments right now, I want you to answer me a quick question. Why Genty or bust? What wows you so much about Genty? I really want to know.
I love
all right, I'm not saying it's a bad pick. I trust our new head coach to say if Genty's the guy that we are missing on this offensive front, then yes, go out and get him. But I don't understand why everybody is so Genty or bust. You have to get him. Move up to get him if you have to get him. This guy went up against no good defenses in defenses.
Well, Hampton ain't good. Listen.
And then when he went to a bowl game, played a good defense, and he gave you 55 yards. Like, this makes a huge difference.
If we don't do that, then we going to sit there and say the same shit about Hampton in North Carolina. They wasn't playing no goddamn body half the damn season, and he was balling out. So let's not do that now. Don't do that.
It's not the same to the
running backs that we've seen in about probably 10, 15, 20 years.
This is why
I'm not saying Hampton ain't no solid running back, but I'm saying
I would rather
he had no damn competition in the ACC like that. He had a couple of good games against a couple of good defenses, but he was playing against some.
This is where I have to correct you. Amarion Hampton played against better competition, although the ACC was down this year than the Mountain West. That is a
okay. You're comparing the Mountain West to the ACC. Big damn whoop. They both still had.
The second thing is this. We have Ben Johnson and we have DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift, go look at the measurables. And Ashton Genty, damn near the same player.
I agree.
Damn near the same player.
Like if you're talking about physical attributes, they're the same.
Yes,
styles are different.
Yeah,
but what I'm saying is
different style.
Listen to me. What I'm saying is, if you can't run a 5'9", 204-pound running back 30 times a game, you're not going to be able to run a 5'9", 207-pound running back 30 times a game.
Jeanty is more
you're not going to be able to do it.
Runner in a weak college conference.
Power is still power. Listen, he still got power though, Frank.
I'm not saying he doesn't have power. When you're going up against the big boys NFL right now, you're not going to have a long NFL career the way he plays.
Listen, listen, Frank. To your point, your argument, that same argument can be used for Will Campbell when you talking about the style of play that he had at LSU, going against grown ass men who got mortgages and wives and kids. You're going against the best edge rushers in the damn universe. You'll get your ass mauled over a hell of a lot more than Jeanty will.
Yeah, but the difference is you're talking about Will Campbell at LSU, who played against the best defenses college football.
The SEC is like the NFL.
Not anymore.
Plays against the weakest college defenses ever.
Not anymore. The Big Ten been showing the fuck up. They've been embarrassing.
I'm not denying that, but I'm still not dissing LSU's division and what they have coming out of there.
All right, let's get in our last comments before we get into some shout-outs.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, if we could take just like a couple more minutes, because like I said, I was really passionate about this draft stuff and the negativity that I've been seeing around Shedeur Sanders. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it.
Go ahead. Go ahead, JB. Make it fast.
Well, I just want
down to it.
Yeah, I just wanted to get you all's opinion on it, because my thing is this:
Iowa State was not.
Why is it that all of a sudden Shedeur Sanders is too short? He's not athletic. He don't have a strong arm. This, that, and the third, right? But is that not what we said about Tua? Oh, forget. He don't need a strong arm. He's early. He's accurate. Drew Brees. He don't need a strong arm. He's early. He's accurate. He don't have to be athletic. Peyton Manning, if people really watch Peyton Manning, Tennessee, Peyton Manning throws a changeup for a week. He don't have a strong arm.
Yeah, he has a strong arm.
Strong arms don't make a difference if you just know how to utilize yourself.
Accuracy matters more than arm strength. Accuracy matters more.
Let me say this real quick before you continue on. Everybody in the chat, go ahead. Comment in the chat. Let us know who would you like or who would you want the Bears to take at number 10.
Number 10. Give it to us, everyone.
Absolutely.
Count how many Genties we have in here.
I'll tell you this.
Why don't we move up to number 1 and draft Jeanty?
Come on now. Don't do that, Frank. I'll tell you this much. If Jeanty is not there, then listen, the pool of running backs that we have left to us at our disposal, you got Henderson, you got Junkins, you got Hampton, you got what's the other kid from Iowa State?
The kid from Iowa.
Yeah, the kid from Iowa State. Yep.
Philip Johnson. Yeah.
I'm just messing with you, Dan.
Johnson. Yeah, I couldn't think of his name.
Number 1.
Oh yeah. Caleb Johnson, who the Bears met with today. So that's another one. He's pretty good. So this is going to be one of the best running back classes that we've seen in a while. Just like last year was one of the best receiving classes that we've seen in some years. So we have a whole flood of running backs to choose from. I like Jeanty. I wouldn't be mad if we took Jeanty, but I know that there are other running backs that we can take that we can definitely.
I would be pissed if we took Jeanty.
This is where we're going with the Jeanty situation. If our head coach thinks Jeanty is the answer, I am going to trust his opinion.
I'm going to trust him
with Jeanty. That's just how it is. Do I think that he is the next great running back, the next Bijan Robinson type running? No, I don't. I'm sorry.
I
just don't see this guy last. I feel this guy's going to be another Ezekiel Elliott type player, somebody who might do very well the first few years, and then he's just going to be beat the holy shit out of, and then his career is going to be over in like 3-4 years.
So I love that energy, Frank, but I did ask y'all a question because I know we pressed for time. I did want to get y'all responses off the Shedeur Sanders.
I answered it.
Yeah. I don't. That's
my fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me answer. We know it's politics is bullshit, because a lot of this damn flack he's getting is because of who his father is. We already know that, and because he didn't want to work out with some of these teams, and he didn't want to show up the combine and things like that. They mad because he's moving the way he's moving, because his father, who's the best damn player who ever played this damn game at the damn position, know what the hell he's talking about and saying the ins and outs of this league and what they will demand and won't demand from him. So he has every right to move in the way that he's moving. Now, granted, whoever he gets drafted to he gonna have to show them, hey, listen, y'all drafted me for a reason. Put me out there and let me do my work and show y'all what I'm made of. He's gonna have to prove himself out there, despite who his father is or who his father is not. But I don't like a lot of this unnecessary flack that he's getting. It's bullshit because ain't nobody say shit about Eli. Ain't nobody say shit about Peyton. When Archie Manning was up here moving around shit and telling them what the hell they gonna do and not do. Like, come on, man. Stop.
Eli said he would go back to college if San Diego drafted him. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, come on, man. All this double standard bullshit. I don't like none of that. I don't appreciate that at all because we already know it's pigmentation based. That's all it really is.
Well, one thing I'll say about it, and then we get into some shout outs. When it comes down to the whole Shedeur Sanders situation, we got to remember, man, a lot of these people make decisions based off of athleticism. That's why the combine is so big. They want to see, they think that people that run 4.2s and 4.3s and guys that can bench press 225 30 damn times and jump have a 40+ inch vertical like our boy, what's his name? The cat from Texas.
The dude that jumped out the pool?
No, the cat from Texas A&M that right now they say he scored the highest RAS score ever of a 10 out of 10. The defensive man only had 4 damn sacks in his whole entire college career.
Conditioning and strengthening, that shit does matter. Yeah. But it don't matter so much. They putting so much emphasis on the shit to where it's like, oh, his production don't matter at all, what he did in college and what he didn't do.
The thing is
that should usurp that.
You just need guys that's going to sit up there, that's going to go out there and that can play the fucking game. Joe Montana didn't have the strongest arm. Drew Brees didn't have the strongest arm. Peyton Manning did not have the strongest arm.
And these are Hall of Fame greats.
You want to know? Exactly. Hall of Fame
Tom Brady didn't even have a strong arm.
Walter Payton and Jerry Rice played at HBCU, and they're the greatest damn players
and then run fast 40 times. But then
Jerry Rice ran a 4.7.
Yeah. But then you see guys like the Dan Marinos and the John Elways.
Strong arms, and they don't got a lot of physical
freaks. You see the Lamar Jacksons, the Josh Allens, and people get fascinated by these guys that can sit up there that can do so much athletically. It's just like in the NBA.
I think
some of the best damn players in the NBA ain't the most athletic.
I think
they will be around for a long time because they are very skilled.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and that's where I was going with this. I think if people are more worried about how much the speed of the game has changed, they feel they really need a quarterback with a stronger arm now to actually fit those balls in there. But then they don't look at the other side of things, have a good football IQ, and actually read where people are going to be. They're not going to be able to stop and go and get to that in time.
I have one last question to ask y'all, too, real quick. Great. So I need to know from every last one of y'all and everybody in the chat, what is the most disappointing draft that the Bears have had in the last 10 years? I wouldn't even go back further than that. The last 10 years, who has been the most disappointing player that we've drafted?
There's a lot. 10 years? I'd have to go White, in my opinion.
Or better yet, let's go since 2000. Let's go since.
I would say White is more than 10 years.
Yeah.
White more than 10 years? Really
if we get into this, we got to make our shout out.
Let's maybe start this next week. Let's start
this next week. Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead, Mr. Chicago. You kick off the shout outs.
Man, as usual, it's always a delight and pleasure to be on this team, on this. General.
Man, I think this is the quietest we ever heard you speak.
Oh,
say it again.
I said this is.
Oh, there we go. Now again. I don't know what the hell is going on in the background.
Okay. Well, it's always a delight and pleasure to be on the show with you guys, talk about Chicago sports, Chicago basketball, football, baseball, the whole nine, man. We're moving in the right direction with some of our key teams that we obviously saw the Sky make some key draft picks and loading up that team to hopefully make a playoff run next year. The Bears, we're excited to see what next week is going to bring us, man. And there's been a lot of anticipation, a lot of talk, speculation whatsoever, all that good stuff. But at the end of the day, as long as we got the right guys on this damn team that fit the system that we're trying to run and orchestrate, that's really all I give a damn about. Now, we have our favorites here and there, but again, as long as Brian Poles and Ian Cunningham and the rest of these guys, Ben Johnson included, because he's going to have some influence, long as we're putting in the right guys in the right positions to be successful with this damn team, to make sure that we make a damn playoff berth next year or this upcoming season, I'm all for it. I don't give a damn who wearing that damn jersey. As long as you give me 100%, 10% effort, and we out there bearing the fuck down. Chicago against the goddamn world, man, no matter what. So I'm eager to see what's going to happen next week.
Good shit. The crooked committee, go ahead, come in with your shout outs.
What's good, guys? Excuse me real quick. So I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone in the chat, man, for tuning in and popping in with us, especially the new people and stuff. Really do appreciate you guys jumping in and joining the clubhouse. The bigger and the more of us that there is, the better and funner that it is. So if you guys like what we do, like I said, please share us with other fellow Bears fans. I also want to give a big shout out to my lovely wife. Just got done moving. As you can see, it looks a little different back here than it normally does. Still in the middle of unpacking everything and kind of getting things set up. But like I said, I want to give a shout out to her with dealing with all the craziness that's been going on and stuff like that. So
shout out Janet.
Yes, sir.
So she's getting used to the camera angles too. She didn't realize she was on camera right there. So,
she can't be shy now. She's been on camera before.
Yeah, but not live. Not live.
Yeah, that's always
She's an honorary. She's an honorary honey bear. She's an honorary.
She ain't ready. Oh, honey bear. There you go.
Well, we definitely need the honey bears back.
I gotta get that outfit.
She could be in the background on camera when you do your shout outs in the honey bear outfit.
There you go.
Excellent.
It's all about that vision. It's all about that vision, Crook.
Anyways, but yeah, shout out to them. Shout out, like I said, shout out to her, and then shout out to my Cubs for coming out, starting the season decent and whatnot. Also, real quick,
first place.
This is a comment from TTL Runaway that didn't get posted because of words that were used. But shout out to TTL Runaway. I feel like he's our little mole up there that's giving us little nuggets on what's being said over there. So, but
hey,
I'll let you guys simmer on that real quick, JB. I know you need a minute on that one. But anyways, guys, shout out to the rest of you guys. Also, look out for me. Hold on, real quick. Look out for me. I'm going to be doing more fantasy football talk throughout the week on random.
I still don't got my belt, Kamish.
Look out for that.
Still no belt.
No, the belt.
I see you're hogging my belt after I won the championship.
At least he got it somewhere where you can see it.
Your championship's under review, Frank. All right.
I believe it. So,
yeah.
I was taking steroids. It was the steroid era.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Something funky happened, right? I thought I was crooked, and then your ass came along and goddamn near took my goddamn name. So I got to talk to you about that.
That's a bit personal right there.
He's jealous.
I mean,
I've been drinking. Sorry, I've been drinking. All right, guys, I'm out.
But ain't no excuse.
All right, I'll keep my shout outs quick. I'm only giving one shout out, guys. One shout out. Actually, I'll give two shout outs, just part of the same people. Ryan Poles, thank you for getting this deal done. All right, shout out honestly to the Bears ownership for getting this deal done. And thank you, Kyler Gordon, for signing it, my man. Couldn't be happier to have you here now for next year and at least guaranteed another – it's 4 years, right? 3 years guaranteed?
Yeah.
4 years on the contract.
It's 3 years. It's 3 years.
It's 3 years. It's 3 years, $40 million, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm more than happy with that, man. Happy to have you on for at least starting next year. We'll have another 4 years. That's great news. But that's all my shout outs. So JB,
y'all know that Ryan Poles is the first GM since 1993.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
If to actually re-sign one of the players he drafted. That's just sad, man. That tell you how bad of a damn job we've done at drafting players, and we ain't keeping them around.
General managers matter. So
they do.
But shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody. You know how important Tuesdays are to me, and thank you all for entertaining something that was dear to me. Because, like I said, I just hate when the media put those dumbass spins on stuff. But we know good and damn well anybody that completes 74% of any passes can play football.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all. I'm gonna leave that alone. Right. But so I'm gonna jump straight into the chat. We're a little pressed for time. We might go a couple minutes over. But shout out to obviously Crooked Commish and the wife for chiming in early and often. My man Sivius R. Dixon chimed in early and often. Jeanette Johnson, one of our P1s, Lorenzo Clemens, chimed in early and often. We appreciate it. Bullets, my brother from another, West Side, Cali Love. Appreciate Bullets chiming in. And Stewart, one of our own network members, chimed in early. We appreciate Team Logan, Team Leah. Thank you all for chiming in. We appreciate you, the youngins. Bears down. Thank you for chiming in. We appreciate that. This is a new one to me. Lee, I think this is how you pronounce this. Leigh. Y'all correct me. Is that pronounced Lee?
Pretty sure that was a new one as well, for sure. Happy to see him on.
Yes, Lee Ainsworth at 841. I believe that is a brand new person. Thank you. Hey, TTNL Runaway. We got to get whoever that is, even if he comes out with the blackout and the digitized voice, we got to get him on. Like, him
a voice changing and a blackout ski mask, like it's straight up in a movie of a hacker, dude.
I hurt TTNL. You know, whatever we got to do. Sure. Got to get that person on. A lot of good content. Just some blasphemous stuff that was said, and I don't even know what to say about that. But if you don't like Kyler Gordon, you don't like yourself. That's what
that's crazy.
Illinois Jones, thank you for time. Hey, I just shouting you out, Illinois. Thank you for chiming in, especially with the Eric Snow reference. That was near and dear to my heart, right? As a Michigan State alum. We had Shane Todd. Thank you, Shane. Shane that time in. Hey, the Scrolls was back. I don't know if you see it. He stated when we were talking about all the people that fired coaches in winning seasons, Bears did it to Lovie Smith.
True.
10-6.
Yeah.
It happened. And it shouldn't. Tucson J, thank you for coming in. We appreciate you. And Brandon Hyatt. Brandon Trax Hyatt. Thank you for chiming in, Brandon. We appreciate it. We said, hey, Easy. Thank you, Easy. We haven't seen you in a while, but thank you for chiming in. We know you got a lot going on. Celebrating love and life. Dan Tanner chimed back in. Dan Tanner checked in. We appreciate Dan Tanner. And I will say, Kasim had chimed in. That was, hold on, at 9:47. So thank you, Kasim. We haven't seen you in a minute, but thank you for chiming in. We appreciate the love. And I am coming towards the end, so this is one of the quicker ones because I was able to scroll real quick. Shiny Steve. Thank you for Shiny Steve. Kelvin Banks from Texas, huh? Wonder why. We'll talk offline. Texas affiliation there. And we all know. Shout out to Frank Odell. That guy came back. Wonder who that is. And love that
like button, everybody. Hit that like button.
And if we have one person watching, we already know it's most affectionately known as the podcast mom. Miss Sandra Bynum Holmes. First and foremost, love you, lady. Appreciate you. That's it.
Okay. So first of all, I want to advise everybody to please like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse Network. They're on YouTube. We're trying to get so many people to transition over to YouTube from Facebook. So please remember to like and subscribe if you like the content that you heard here today. Plus, we have plenty of excellent and wonderful guests that come on from time to time. So please like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse Network. First of all, I want to give a shout out to you brothers, Frank the Tank, Mr. Chicago, JB, the super producer in the back, the Crooked Commish, our boy T. Nick, who's in Detroit somewhere playing around with Don Burr. I think they out there. Yeah. So
come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Now that was funny.
Yeah, it was funny. And it'd be just like him just jump on out of nowhere and just jump on to say some slick shit back.
Yeah. So Yeah, give a shout out to you, brothers. Also on the chat was lit tonight. Thank you everybody for watching us, rocking with us, and giving us your guys' opinion. We greatly appreciate it. Hey, this show wouldn't be what it is without you guys. Also want to give a shout out. Let me see. Sunday I was on the Nomad Network with Nomad and Kez, two down to earth brothers. Man, really enjoyed my time. Two Bears fans kicking us plenty of knowledge, man. You will see those cats on the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. A shout out to you two brothers as well. I want to give a shout out to Kyla Gordon, Mama Gordon. Congratulations on the life-changing money that you guys got in life-changing contract, man. Wish you nothing but the best next season. Can't wait to have you on one of these days. We don't know when it is, but hopefully it'll be soon. Shout out to you guys as well. Want to give a shout out to the kiddies. Oh shit, they ass still up. They out doing something in the room, chilling.
Phones. Get them phones.
You ain't seen Ricky because his ass been put to bed, damn it. So he in the bed, fucking snoring and drooling all over the place with his pacifier in his mouth. That's what he does. I don't know what he does. He does it all.
I never know what he's doing. What is he doing?
What he's doing when I'm out here. I never know what he's doing. Last time him and Grogu had a fight and shit. So, it is what it is. Also, give a shout out to Ryan Pose for doing an excellent job. And remember, people, that you can catch the Chicago Clubhouse Network damn near every day of the week. Monday, we got the Fantasy Show with the Crooked Commish. Tuesday, we got the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. Wednesday, we got She Said What She Said, damn it, with Sherry Green. Thursday, depending on the season, we got Plunked or we got Bull Spit. Fridays usually be easy. Does it be easy? Ain't been doing shit lately, so we don't know when he coming back on. And then during the regular season, when there are mostly noon games, you will catch the Chicago Bears pregame show with the Crooked Commission, the chef, and our boy Amp. Starts around 10 o'clock. So check us out. Remember to like and subscribe. So for Frank the Tank, Mr. Chicago, JB, the Crooked Commissioner back, our boy T Nick, Pretty Ricky ain't here. Shout out to my beautiful fiance. I'm 5 Mile C. And guess what, people? We out.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Bye.
Bark, bark.
Bye.
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
NBA don't need a team in Canada. They don't need
Good night, Brazil.
That was the team in Canada.
No.
You're still here. It's over.